Well, hello everyone. It's Angela with Mystic Moon, bringing you guys your Divine Masculine weekly forecast. So I woke up with a song in my head this morning. That's usually how Spirit works with me, giving me information about what we're going to be doing here for the readings on this channel. And It's Been a While by the band Stained. So I'm going to just use some inspiration from that song to create today's outline. So I will put that outline down below. We are going to be doing some of this reading here on this channel, and then we're going to go deeper into the messages about halfway through over on the extended channel. So I'll put that link down below if you guys want to access that video. So I do tend to channel from the Divine Feminine's perspective, since that's the majority of my viewers. And for those that are experiencing either a challenge or a separation in their connection, so please keep that in mind, but just take what resonates for you, you guys, and get rid of anything that doesn't. All the decks that I'm going to be using here today will be listed down below, as well as these beautiful orgonites created by Michelle from Belle's Wing and Bell. We've got the Earth Divine Masculine Nude, we have the Moonstone Divine Feminine Nude, and the Green Witch Rose. So you guys, let's jump right into these messages and see what we need to know this week about the Divine Masculine and your connection. So we're going to see, it's been a while since I could hold my head up high. That's going to be the first focus. So what shadows and fears has the Divine Masculine had to face recently, either just in general or about you and this connection, Divine Feminine? So we're going to go into my Love Never Dies Oracle for this one and see what the energy looks like. What shadows and fears has this Divine Masculine had to face recently about you and this connection, or just in general? Let's look. Ooh, my heart is a haunted house, Maynard. Okay, so there's some sort of a haunting energy. Could even be that this masculine feels haunted by your presence right now, feminine. So that could be a shadow and a fear that's coming up for him. It could be that he's spending time in some sort of a home that reminds him of you, or just it's his heart right now that seems to be a haunted place. Okay, so let's go into my Twin Flame Journey shadows and see what else. What other shadows and fears has this Divine Masculine had to face recently? Oh, we have superficial. Okay, so what I'm getting here is that this masculine right now, or just recently, has been haunted by his superficiality. That's a word, right? Yeah, so it just like maybe a point in time where he wasn't being authentic, where he was kind of masking something. You can see this character looks like he's wearing, well, he is wearing a mask. So he's masking something. He's either masking his feelings, he's masking some sort of identity, like an identity crisis, but this is definitely something that he's facing recently. Maybe his fears of being authentic, his fear of taking off his mask, his fear of what's really in his heart, and maybe hiding that or not being able to be open completely to the situation. So that seems to be an issue that he has had to face recently. Let's go into my Lurking in the Shadows tarot and see what else is going on here. What else has just recently come up for this masculine as far as fears and shadows are concerned? Oh, it's definitely about the feminine, okay? Because whenever the Empress comes through a reading for me, and I'm doing a reading on, Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine energy, the Empress is the feminine. We have procreation. So, we're trying to procreate, we're trying to create something. I feel like what this means is that this masculine really hid what he wanted with this feminine. Why did he do this? There could have been a variety of reasons why he did this. Just take what resonates for you. But I feel like maybe he was masking something, putting on an act, maybe for other people. It could be his family members, his friends, his peers, etc. Maybe he couldn't admit that you were actually what he wanted. There could have been a hang up with that. So it's kind of haunting him now that he didn't take this opportunity to create more with you, feminine, when he had the chance. So I feel like that's what's haunting him this week. These are the shadows and fears that are popping up, okay? So let's go ahead and see what else is coming through. What else is coming through at this time? We have summon, invoke your presence whilst dreaming of you. Okay, so not only is this masculine haunted this week, he's actually dreaming of the feminine. She's popping up in his psyche. She's popping up in his dreams in some way. And I feel like it's kind of popping up as a nightmare. It's popping up with what he could have had with her. It's like it slipped through his hands. So I probably am understanding now why I got that song, It's Been a While. It's probably been a while since you've spoken to this masculine, or, you've heard from him. or maybe you've kind of gotten an update on him or something like that, because I feel like there's a lot of masking going on. Maybe what you're seeing isn't accurate. It's not an accurate picture of what's really going on deep down inside, but I do feel like this masculine wishes that he could invoke your presence again in his life, feminine. So there's definitely this energy here of missing you this week. I'm feeling that for sure. All right, let's see what else is going on here. Let's see what else. Yeah, we have pitiful. Feels basically like a fool. You know, you have somebody on their knees that really has just surrendered. So that's what I'm seeing here. I feel like this masculine is really surrendering to this feeling of failure, surrendering to this feeling of, I totally screwed up and I know I screwed up. I could have had so much. I should have, really cherished you when I had you. That's the energy here. So you're really popping up as a regret of what he could have had this week with you, feminine. Let's see what else. Oh, look, the Emperor. So we have the Empress and the Emperor in the same deck. Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, governance. So this is somebody who's kind of taking governance over their responsibilities of what they could do. Like standing in a position of power, basically. So it's like somebody that's taking responsibility. I made my bed. I'm going to lie in it. I know that there's certain decisions that I made that weren't the best. These are the consequences. So I do feel like this masculine is really taking a cold, hard look at his actions, taking a cold, hard look at what he has done so far, and realizing that if he doesn't have what he wants with you, feminine, that it's almost like it's his own damn fault and he has no one to blame but himself. So there is this amount of taking responsibility this week for the actions or where the two of you are at right now or where you're not at this time. Let's go ahead and get another here. Let's see what else is coming through. We have Dark Moon, still holding on to everything that's dead and gone. So again, this particular energy is telling me here that even though things may have gone dark in your connection, quiet, in separation, no contact, it doesn't matter. There's still this holding on to everything that's dead and gone. So masculine has not let go of you, feminine. The masculine is still holding on in a sense, holding on to the memories, haunted by what he could have done differently, etc. Okay, maybe even feeling a little bit sorry for himself, but the Emperor showing up here is telling me that's not somebody who's sitting in their shit and making excuses. They're actually taking responsibility. They're taking accountability. They're also taking a personal inventory. They're not unaware of their crap. They're definitely, if they're sitting in it, they know why they're sitting in it because they've created it. So that's just what I'm getting here. And the Dark Moon for me, it's a time of focusing on the shadow and doing the shadow work. So masculine could be really entering into the shadows this week and taking some sort of necessary steps to correct behaviors or to own up to something. Okay. All right, let's see what else. I feel like this masculine has fallen to his humble knees. He has fallen from grace. The grass wasn't greener on the other side. And it's kind of like, oh, shit. Wow, I really screwed up. That's the energy I'm getting here. Unstable. And I feel like it's just pouring out of him now. There could even be a lot of emotions. This could be a quite emotional time for this masculine, really feeling his feelings this week. And it's kind of like you can't control it. It's just coming out. It's pouring out in some way. Does this mean the masculine's sitting around sobbing and crying over what's happened? Not necessarily, but this just means there's a lot of feelings that we may have been trying to mask and push down. It's all coming out under the shadow dark moon phase. You can't really control this, what's happening here. So let's see what else. All right, we've got the Three of Ashes. This is the Three of Pentacles in this deck. Synergy. Okay. So to me, this is the masculine and feminine who are, in fact, this is dead and gone. Is it really? Well, the skeletons are still remaining. This image always reminds me of like true love never dies, basically, right? True love never dies. And it's funny because we're actually using this deck, love never dies. So this energy is still here of this connection. Just because you guys are not in contact anymore or not, working this through right now doesn't mean that the energy has just dissipated and that it's gone. No, the energy is very much still here. So this masculine during this dark period of time, during the shadow and fear phase, is actually facing these shadows and feeling all of these feelings, and he can't hold it back with that unstable energy. It's here, okay? And the Three of Pentacles is a card of collaboration. It's a team, two people coming together to work something through. I feel like if you guys cannot come together in the physical, then the shadow work and the stuff that's happening behind the scenes is the way that things are working through right now for this masculine. You are an inspiration in this phase in his life, feminine, even though you might not be in it. There's the memory of you, the energy, your presence still being in his energy field is actually motivating him to want to make some necessary changes, if that makes sense. Okay, so that's what we have to start off the reading. Let's go ahead and go into number 2. So it's been a while, the consequences that are rendered. So to me, from that lyric, we're going to go into the karma and lessons that the divine masculine has received for healing and growth purposes. So let's get some details on some of that specific karma and some of these lessons that may have come up. This deck is from Aqua Moonlight, called Haunted Heart Oracle. All right, let's see what else we need to understand about the karma and lessons that have been received for healing and growth purposes. All right, let's see here. We have the frail offer, okay? So someone is hoping you'll give them a chance, but they don't have much to offer. Their resources are limited and their words are dry. Perhaps you deserve someone with more substance. Very interesting. So the karma and lessons is that what they have, when they thought that the grass might have been greener on the other side, when they thought that they were going to maybe perhaps go off and upgrade, or maybe get something different or better, whatever is resonating for you guys with what's happened between your masculine and you, check it out. The offers were frail. It wasn't what they were looking for. So it's a part of their karma, and it's a part of their lesson, learning lessons the hard way. Wow, I actually had an amazing person in front of me from the very get-go, but I let it go. So that's where there's this feeling of loss here. I really screwed up. Masculine's really feeling this loss this week, really realizing that, if he would have known then what he knows now, I don't think he would have let you go, feminine, if that's your story. Okay, so this is my Mystics Midnight Oracle. So he lost out, unfortunately. But I feel like, the unfortunate part is your heart and everything that you probably have or are experiencing right now because of this. But the thing is, this is a necessary avenue that this masculine might have to go through in order to learn the lesson the hard way. So let's see what else. Yeah, nuclear bomb. Vulnerable, exposed, and unsafe. Masculine went with the safer offer. Okay, now it might not have been feminine that he went from you to someone else, but it was safer to either just be alone, or it was safer to kind of hide behind his work, or to make his life all about work. That was a safer choice for him. Because being with you, staying with you, entering into that kind of a connection with you probably made him feel very exposed, like this card says, and vulnerable, right? And it could have even been, you know what, I don't have much to offer. I'm just going to screw this up anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and sabotage it before we even get to that point. Masculine could have even warned you that he was unsafe. I'm broken, kind of thing. All right. But it has been a part of his karma and lesson to go out just to experience this maybe over and over again with other partners, or to try to replace you or something like that, and it did not work. Nothing seems to match up with your energy, feminine. Nothing is the same. Let's go into my Mystics Midnight Tarot now and see what else. What else has been a part of this masculine's karma and lessons for healing and growth purposes? Yeah, things taking flight. This is the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands means moving forward, moving through energy. I do feel that maybe this masculine has had a lot of either, I don't want to say relationships, but dealings with other people. It doesn't have to be romantic, but he's had to go through a lot of stuff. He's moved through a lot of friendships, relationships, partners, situations, and because of that, He's lost a lot too. But through all of those losses, he's actually figuring out what he does really want in this life. So, sometimes you don't know what you have until it's gone. You don't know what you want until you make a lot of mistakes. And I feel like that has been a part of this masculine's learning curve. He has had to learn through a lot of loss. He's had to move through a lot of energy, a lot of situations. But this is a good thing in the end, actually. All right, let's see what else. Okay, so we have the dark love. Ooh, yeah. A connection that's not good for you. Okay, masculine has had to go into or enter into a very toxic connection or relationship with someone. It doesn't have to be romantic. This could have been a relationship with a parent, a friend, or even a coworker. But he had to go into this situation and go into a very dark part of himself. And it may be that someone like a karmic partner had there was this ability to put this mirror up to the masculine to see the dark parts of himself, things that maybe he wasn't too fond of or wasn't proud of, and realizing, what, I don't want to be this person anymore. So some lover or partner or karmic person in his life held up a mirror, and I feel it really scared the shit out of him, and it really forced some sort of change, you guys. Kind of like, I got to get the hell out of here. Okay, I am unsafe in this situation. So he has really had to have his ass handed to him in some other situation for him to understand a thing or two about himself, his life, just what he wants, what he doesn't want, etc. Very interesting. All right, what else? Okay, angel of death. Yes, wow. He's had to go through some major death, major ending in his life. Like a bomb went off, like bam. It could be like this karma that he received was like the karmic bomb of all time in his life. Time is up. It is time. It is the finale. It's the freaking like firework finale. I do sense that this masculine had to go through some major drama, trauma, karma, okay, with something else. This is not you, feminine. This is something else outside of your connection that he had to go through. And it's been a major upheaval, total tower moment here. But this is the only way that this masculine was going to grow and change. This could also be happening right now. Oh God, the 10, it is not getting any better. The 10 of swords, the 10 of demons. This is like the death card in the minor arcana. Inevitable ending. It was never going to work. Whatever is going on right now, if this is current, okay, if you guys know about a really toxic situation he's involved in, it's inevitably going to end because it's supposed to. This is a part of the karmic cycle. This is a part of his karmic lesson. This is a part of his growth and ascension. Whatever this is, it cannot last. It's not supposed to last. But this could also be past tense. He had to go into this dark period and do this shadow work and get this karma handed to him in order for him to learn this very valuable lesson. So things have not been easy or are not easy right now for this masculine, and it's because it's not supposed to be. This is the only way he's going to learn. Okay, so now let's go into one more set here of this karma and lessons that he's needed to receive. Ooh, the one who protects. So this is basically about protecting yourself from situations. Okay, this is also about guardian angels and the fact that we have the angel of death. It's like Archangel Azrael is around this masculine. I just got for some masculines, you guys, not that this is some sort of a punishment, but someone close to this masculine may have actually physically left this planet. And this has had some sort of an effect, a life-changing effect on this masculine's life. And that could also be a part of his healing and ascension at this particular time. Realizing that life is precious. Realizing that we don't actually have a lot of time here. Realizing that you want to make the best out of situations so you don't want to get caught up in things that are toxic and not good for you. So this masculine could be learning something through someone else's death. Learning that life is too valuable and too short to waste. So that could be a part of things too. Okay, and this one is the last one. We have virus, infected, at risk, and tainted. I feel like the masculine does not want to take risks anymore. He wants to protect himself. He's learned something about dealing with a certain type of person. So if this masculine was attracted to really broken people, or people that were not meeting his needs, or that were like re-traumatizing him from, old childhood wounds or whatever, I'm not saying that he's just magically changed overnight, but something has he's been pushed to the brink. He's been pushed to this death. He's been pushed to the edge. And I feel like now he's ready to take a leap into a new direction of his life, because he's tired of being unhappy. He's tired of putting his life at risk. He's tired of feeling so toxic. Okay? So let's see what else. Oh my God, you guys, this is crazy. Death, laying it to rest. It's like the end. It's the finale. It's over. So I do see that this masculine is really ending some major karmic cycle in his life. That's what I'm seeing here. And it's been pretty tough. It has been pretty major for him. This has not been an easy ending, okay? This could be the end of, this could be like an illness, okay? Sometimes when we get ill, that can be a real life changer. We lose somebody close to us, that can be a life changer. We lose everything, money, everything that we've worked for, that's a freaking life changer. There's something that has happened here to this masculine, though, that has helped to get him to this point. But like I said, it needed to be tough in order for him to really understand something about himself and this life. Okay. So now we're going to go into, it's been a while since I've seen the way the candles light your face. So what visions about the divine feminine are playing out this week in the masculine's headspace? So when he's thinking about you, feminine, when he's envisioning you, what's popping up for him? Okay. So we're going to go into one of my newer decks called the Diviner's Oracle. And somebody had made a comment about how they want me to do a walkthrough of my new decks. I absolutely will. I'm planning on doing that next month. Okay, so you guys can see it in more detail. All right, what visions are popping up for this masculine this week about this feminine? Let's look at this. Oh, coming together and meeting each other once again. But we do have first impression, spark, and excitement. So what he's thinking about this week, feminine, is what it would be like to see you again. How exciting that would be, the spark that you guys originally experienced when you first met, okay? He's thinking about that. He's thinking about the past, but he's also thinking about meeting up with you and that the excitement that it gives him. Just the thought of it gives him some sort of thrill. So that's what he's thinking about this week. All right. This right here is also from Aqua Moonlight. It's called Star-Crossed Lovers Oracle. Let's see what else is coming through. What else is coming up in the masculine's head this week about the feminine? We have, I promise you I'm different now. Okay. So for some of you guys, this could be a masculine that has, like we just saw, has gone through a lot of changes. He's had his life and ass literally handed to him. So it's like wanting to basically tell you how much he's changed, how much he's learned. So he's thinking about that. This right here is the Intuit Tarot. What else is he thinking about this week? We have the Six of Swords, getting to a better place with you, resolving some sort of conflict, creating more stability, restoring peace in your connection, having tranquility with you, again, feminine. So that's what he's thinking about. He's thinking about making things better, resolving some issue that you guys are experiencing, meeting up and seeing, is there another chance, for us? Can we take this back to the beginning, but maybe do things differently this time? Thinking about that a lot this week. All right, let's see what else. What else is he thinking about this week, feminine? Okay, making it official, acting with integrity. Okay, so it says lawfulness, respect, and integrity official. Okay, I do feel like he does realize that he's going to have to be the person to officially make things right with you. Make wrongs right. Come towards you. Make this contact. Be respectful. Bring truth and integrity with him, right? Do things by the book, basically. Be the one to reach out. Be the one that officially breaks the ice. So I do feel like that's something he's thinking about too, where he knows he needs to be that person. He needs to be the person to create that change. You just get me. Okay? So he's also thinking about how you just get him, feminine. There's something that's a great match. And I can't believe I actually gave that up. I can't believe that I actually went into another direction thinking that maybe I would meet someone better or that I would be happier without you. You just get me. There's something about you that just feels like home to me. And that's what he's thinking about this week too. Okay, so this one wanted to pop up. Okay, we have 9 of Cups. Okay, if the masculine had it his way, I feel like he would just call you today, feminine. He would just call you immediately because that would be the selfish thing to do because that's what he wants. He's trying to actually respect you. He's trying to respect maybe where you're at in your life and what you have going on. Might be a little unfair for him to, like just call you up, like everything's okay. I do feel like he wants to do an official apology because if he doesn't, this is just basically repeating an old pattern. The 9 of Cups here. It says just following or a hollow feeling, but just like going with knee-jerk reaction. I just want to do this in this moment. I don't feel like he wants to do that. There's a part of him, of course, that would love to just pick up the phone and just like make the wrongs right today. But it's going to take more work than that. And I feel like he knows that, which is why it's heavy on his mind. Okay? It's heavy on his mind. And he does want you to understand. You just get me. He wants you to see where he's coming from. He wants you to get what he's trying to explain to you. He wants you to get where he's been this whole time. He wants you to understand something. He wants to explain something to you. It's not just this coming in with this hollow offer. I don't feel like he wants to do that. He wants to actually treat you with more respect and act with integrity this time. Because I feel like last time he may not have done that. So he's thinking a lot about that, thinking a lot about how he'd like to do things differently this time. All right, let's see what else is coming through. We have Tomb, ending, loss, mourning. I feel like he has been in a period of mourning. He's been in this empty tomb without you, feminine. So it's like he wants to end this loss. He wants to end this feeling of further loss. He wants to end this mourning period between the two of you. He wants to see if you guys can build things back up, resurrect from the dead. No, I'm not happy. And I'm not happy in this state of mourning. I'm not happy with our ending. I'm not happy with the way things ended between you and I. I'm not happy with myself. I'm not happy how I went about things. And I want an opportunity to explain that I was self-indulgent, that I was too focused on material things, that I was selfish, that I was imbalanced, that maybe I was addicted to some things, that I was overindulgent, and that I was empty inside. That's what he wants to explain to you, feminine. So this is what he's thinking about this week, okay? Didn't make me happy like I thought it was going to. Yep. Unwelcome change. So when things changed, when I lost you, I actually went into mourning. Look at that, 2 words, mourning. Okay? I had a lot of emotional baggage that I was still carrying with me. And I just took that into other situations. So if I made you feel like the problem was you, it was never you. It was always me. So he's thinking a lot about that this week, feminine, and wanting to explain that to you. All right, let's get one more set. We have great fortune. He'd like He'd like nothing more than to experience something great with you again, feminine. I feel like what he had with you was pretty damn great. And he did give it up. He didn't treat you like a treasure. And I feel like he wants an opportunity to treat you like a treasure once again. Can you see through my soul? Okay. So can you see through my soul? Meaning if I come to you and I give you this offer, are you going to really, really deeply look into me and know where I'm coming from? Or are you only going to see the past? Are you only going to see this old version of me? So I do feel like this masculine wants to try to rediscover you, to rediscover him, and he to rediscover you. Doesn't want to rush this, wants to take this step by step, and wants to enter into a period where you guys can get to know each other all over again. So he's thinking a lot about that this week. Yep, Wheel of Fortune definitely wants to make a change here. Definitely wants to change the cycle between the two of you. Wants to make a decision to move this forward. You know, he wants to change this. It's time. This may be a masculine that has been hiding or has been silent for a very long time. Definitely wants to have a soul to soul connection instead of a surface one, because I feel like the masculine has had to go into the world and realize that materialistic shit is really, at the end of the day, nothing at all. He's had to been stripped of everything to understand a thing or two about connection. And I feel like he had something great with you, feminine, and he did give it up. He didn't value it at the time, but he values it now because he's had to go through a bunch of crap in order to come to that realization. So that's what I have for you guys so far. So over on the extended, and I will put that link down below where you guys can access that video, we're going to go into what does the divine masculine want to apologize for right now. We're also going to go into what desires are coursing through the divine masculine's veins currently. Also, what is the divine masculine prepared to do in order to win you back? And what timelines are being presented at this time for a reconciliation or meeting? So if you guys are interested in those additional messages, please join me over on the extended reading by clicking the link down below. And thank you guys so much for watching today. Really appreciate it. Take care. Bye-bye.